was from this background that we made our reaction known on the dismissal of the Director General of the Ghana Education Service and subsequent appointment of a banker as an acting Director General, contrary to the substantive and procedural rules of our collective agreement, which was signed in 2020. Ladies and gentlemen, it must be stated that the Director General position is the preserve of educationists and has been occupied by educationists since its creation in the 1974 to date. Therefore, the appointment of a banker instead of educationists is a manifestation of lack of confidence in teachers and to manage their own affairs and disregard the establishment scheme of service and progression within the Ghana Education Service. The teacher unions did not only register their protest, but also found it unacceptable for a banker to be appointed as a Director General of the Ghana Education Service. Instead of educationists, at a time when many teachers who did the same courses and related ones were rejected by GES because it is not related to education. We stated that both the Ministry of Education and the Ghana Education Service should apologize to teachers for accepting the very qualification they rejected when teachers presented them, contract extension. We stated our opposition to the said contract extension and thereby sounded note of caution that we will vehemently and vigorously resist any attempt to bring Mr. Anthony Boateng back into the system, and that the consequences of any such attempt may be too dire to handle. We finally caution that should government fail to heed our call, leadership of the teacher unions will not be able to control the actions and inactions of their members, and the Ministry of Education and GES may have themselves to blame in the final analysis. We have been compelled, under the current circumstances, to publicly communicate to Ghanaians on our intention to go on strike, having reached the November 4th deadline we gave the government. Consequently, we have decided to embark on strike from today, Friday, 4th November 2022. By this, we are informing the general public that we are withdrawing all our services in all the pre-tertiary education institutions.
You're welcome back to the AM show. You just heard from Reverend Dr. Isaac Osu, the Ghana National Association of Teachers President, and we also heard from Angel Kabanu, who's the President of the National Association of Graduate Teachers, NAGRAT. We know that 3 teacher unions have declared an industrial action over the failure of government to meet their deadline to terminate the appointment of Dr. Eric Nkansah as Acting Director General of the Ghana Education Service. We will be going around the country to find out what is the reality on the ground. Let's start with our Upper West Regional Correspondent, Rafiq Salam. Rafiq Salam, good morning. Can you tell us what is happening? Where are you and what is happening on the ground?
Situation in the Upper West Region, to be precise, the one municipality, is nothing to write home about, as the teachers have really laid down their tools and they are unprepared to teach the wards or the pupils at the various schools here. I have visited about 5 schools in the municipality this morning, and I've seen the children, they went to the schools in droves, but in some of the places, the teachers were nowhere to be found. And in some few schools that I met the teachers, they told me that the announcement came late on Friday. They were not able to inform their colleague teachers about the strike. And so as I speak to you now, some schools in the one municipality are prepared to even close because they think that if they leave the school, it will be something like some recreational holiday for the pupils, and that will not be the best for the schools. And so schools in the one municipality, some of them are saying that they are prepared to at least close the schools so that once GES reacts to their situation, they will come back.
Rafiq, have you been able to speak to some parents, and what are they saying?
Parents are really deeply worried about the situation because they are wits ends. Some of them told me that they just don't know what is really happening with the educational system. Some of them told us that they are really confused about what is happening because even schools, they don't even know now when they are closed and then when they are supposed to put school, like in terms of reopening or school or on vacation. Because they are saying that they are just at their wish. They don't know what to say again. So this current strike for them is having a toll on them, and they would like to appeal to the government to really come to the aid of these teachers so that to get them back into their classrooms.
All right, so the picture on the ground is that there are students, there are no teachers, and parents are worried, yeah?
Yes, that's the picture. The students, they are in the schools. Some teachers also appeared, but they are saying that in the next 2 minutes, they will leave. But they don't want to leave the students or the pupils there alone. As I talk to you now, I'm seeing some of the schools have just closed, and I can see some of the pupils are passing by me whilst I talk to you. And so they are closing the schools because they don't want to leave the schools, leaving the students there.
All right, so that's Upper West Regional Correspondent Rafiq Salam, who says that the teachers have laid down their tools. No teaching is happening, and then parents are worried and confused. We know that the unions are the Ghana National Association of Teachers, the National Association of Graduate Teachers, and the Coalition of Concerned Teachers Ghana. And they say that Dr. Nkansah, who was a banker and not a professional teacher, declared that is why they have declared their strike at a press conference in Accra, and that was on Friday. We will be trying to get more on this. All right, so I just spoke to our Upper West Regional Correspondent, Rafiq Salam. Is happening. The parents are worried, and that the teachers are not. All right, so let's go to Ivy Setoji on the phone. Ivy, can you give us an update? Where are you, and what have you seen so far? What can you report?
Well, I'm currently in school, and yes, the teachers, most of them are not around. The few who are also around are monitoring things for the meantime because some of the children are already in school. And then they want them to be safe. So they are just trying their best to make sure that they are out of the campus safe so that they can also go home. Teachers are not willing to talk on records. They said they wouldn't want to talk on records, but they are just waiting for the students to leave, then they can go home. That they are also going according to the union executive to be on site. So they are not there to teach, but just to monitor the children or the students who are around for the meantime. So yes, they are on strike, and most of the schools, since there's just a few of the students who are around. And parents are also not happy about the current situation because when it happens like that, parents who are workers need to look for people to take care of their children at home, and which is something very difficult for them, according to some of them.
And Ivy, have you spoken to some parents? What are they saying? How are they feeling about the situation?
Hello?
Ivy, have you spoken to some parents on the ground? What are they saying, and how do they feel about the situation?
Yeah, so parents, as I said earlier, that they are not happy about the situation because right now some of them who are workers need to look for people to take care of their children back at home, especially the younger ones back at home, which is difficult for them as of now. So they wish that things are sorted out as early as possible so that teachers can go back to school and then take care of their children. So yes, parents are not happy about the current situation.
All right, that is Ivy Setoji. But we know that a former public relations officer of the PRO of the Education Ministry, Echo Vincent, has lashed out at the government for appointing an alien to the industry. That is what he's saying, to head the Ghana Education Service. Now, he posted on his Facebook page that he believes that the Education Ministry's recommendation that caused the removal of Professor Kwesopoku Amankwa was ill-conceived, selfish, and baseless. On the phone is Kwesi Kwarteng, PR of the Ministry of Education. Mr. Kwarteng, good morning. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, good morning. How are you?
I'm okay, thank you. Now, so teachers are on strike. Let's first get your thoughts on this. What is the way forward? Because children are at school, stranded, no teachers on the ground, playing football, missing out on very important lessons. What is the Ministry of Education doing about this?
Yeah, we have been engaging the teachers and appealing to them to call off the strike. Our engagement was very progressive and fruitful last Friday when we met, except to say that we were not absolutely conclusive on our discussions. And today, we scheduled that by 2 p.m. today, artists will meet and engage again. And then the expectation is that based on or against the backdrop of the progress that we made last week, we hope that today when we meet, we should be able to find a common or middle ground and get our teachers back to the classroom.
You say your engagement on Friday was fruitful, but it's Monday morning and the teachers are not in school doing what they're supposed to do. So when you say fruitful, I don't get it.
Yeah, so I said fruitful and progressive. So what I mean is that we've made some progress and we've made some strides. Of course, initially parties had entrenched positions where from us at the Ministry of Education, our position was that, well, the appointment was made by the president. Mm-hmm. And when it comes to Dr. Nkansah's appointment, and for that matter, we believe that that should remain the status quo. Our teachers will also say that, they were rejecting the appointment. But since we met on Friday, the positions are not the same. We are all coming to some common ground. And that common ground is that whichever way parties need to understand that our teachers have to go to the back to the classroom, and whatever it has to take for them to go back to the classroom is our focus. So yes, there has been some flexibility with our engagement and our positions, and is the basis why I'm saying that hopefully by close of day we should bring this matter to an end. Of course, I wouldn't want to prejudice whatever we are going to discuss. But yes, I'm very hopeful that when the parties meet later in the day, we should be hearing some good news.
All right. So, they're obviously striking the appointment of Mr. Nkansah, right? And you say that, yes, the president appointed him. We get that. But they are the ones on the ground and saying that they don't want this man. So what common ground are you going to come to?
I'm not sure, especially with the success that we talked or the progress that we talked with regards to the engagement process. I want to go into the details of it. But ultimately, as soon as you mention engagement and parties sit at the table, is an invitation and again an indication that parties have accepted to be flexible in their position. And not necessarily the Ministry of Education. Also, the teacher union. So today, it is possible that at the end of the meeting, the outcomes are that probably Dr. Nkansah could be changed. The outcome could also be that he will be maintained. And the outcome that we are all looking at is to get the teachers back to the classroom. Yes, we all don't have entrenched positions with respect to whatever issues that has been raised and whatever objections that has also been raised. What is most important thing is that today we are able to get our teachers back to the classroom. And that we are hopeful.
And is there a possibility that Mr. Nkansah might be changed?
That's what I'm saying, that when you are going into an engagement, you don't go with an entrenched position. You understand? Yeah. Anything is possible. Just like even the teachers, themselves can change their mind. The ministry to our position is not very fixated. Anything can happen. Yeah. And I am not. I think it wouldn't be fair to the rules of engagement that I prejudice whatever they are going to engage or whatever they are going to discuss.
All right, so today we're hoping for a proper outcome, which is that the teachers should go back to the classroom, right?
Yes. By 2 p.m. today, when the leadership meets, that is what we expect.
And then when we're looking at the possibilities of them returning to the classrooms tomorrow, how does that look? I know you said that we shouldn't go into, an engagement with some sort of ideas.
After the meeting, all consequential decisions will be made and will be communicated to the media and the public.
Okay. All right. So that is PRO of the Education Ministry, Kwesi Kwarteng, and he says that they'll be engaged. Thank you very much for your time. We'll go to Anas Sabit, who is on the line as our correspondent. But before Anas Sabit, Kwesi Kwarteng is saying that they're going into an engagement with these teachers, and hopefully they will come out with a positive outcome so that the teachers can be on the ground by tomorrow morning. Anas Sabit, please, can you give us an update where you are and what's happening on the ground?
I'm currently at the Zungo Early Basic School. I've been to a number of other schools, Alpha Area School, I've been to the Islamic School, and I've been to the Jaku MA Basic School. And here at the Zungo Early Primary School and Junior High School, the situation is the same. I've seen children playing all over and classrooms under lock. I've had the opportunity to engage a couple of the head teachers in these schools I've visited, and they told me per the communique that came out in relation to this particular strike, they came and most of the teachers are not here. So the best thing we could do is to ensure that these children are sent home so that they will be safer with their parents than to be kept loitering about all over. The children, as usual, most of them are excited about the situation. But a few others are not happy because they told me their parents are not home. So right now that they are going home, they don't know what they are going to do. So that is the situation we are seeing in the Techman municipality maps. And it cuts across almost all the, basic schools or the public schools I've visited this morning. As it stands, we have only a handful of people playing around. You could see them here playing football, and a chunk or a number of them have left for their homes.
And have you spoken to some parents? What are they saying? How are they feeling about the situation?
Yeah, I've had the opportunity to speak with some of these parents, and their concern has to do with once that they are most of them are working, sending these children to their various homes would mean their work is going to be affected in a way, especially those who are at the various offices. And those are the markets. Kitman is a predominantly commercial town. So those of them who will be going to the market will now have to find caretakers at home or carry their children along to the market. That is the major concern of some parents have had to speak with this morning.
All right, Anas Sabit is regional correspondent, and he's been giving us an update on what's happening on the ground. Parents are worried. Children, as you have seen in the visuals he gave us, are playing football, and some are worried that they have to go home. Parents are not at home. What will they do? I mean, these are like 10-year-olds, 10, 11-year-olds, and they have nobody to take care of them. What happens if they run into danger while they're at home? But according to the PRO of the Ministry of Education, Kwesi Kwarteng, they are hoping that everything will be resolved by 2 p.m. and we will be given an update. It's a Monday morning. Teachers are on strike. Parents are worried. Children are playing football. By 2 p.m., we'll know what will happen tomorrow. Water is life. It regulates your body temperature and keeps you alive and kicking. Awake is premium purified water treated through a strict purification process to ensure that every bottle on the market refreshes you better. We have the perfect sizes for all occasions: 330 ml and 500 ml bottle to fit your pockets and your bags. Also have 750 ml for the heavy drinkers and 1.5 liters for those who always want more. We have introduced our special 19 liters jar for offices and homes. Now, you just need to stay awake with Awake Purified Drinking Water wherever you go. Come on, grab a bottle of Awake water and get quality hydration. Awake Purified Drinking Water, one for life. Remember, for every bottle you purchase, an amount is donated to the National Cardiothoracic Center. It's produced by Casapreco, and for bulk purchase, you can call 026 235 1251. This advert is FDA approved. You're still watching The AM Show. There are more conversations after this break.